I feel tired, smashed. That was a tough day. What's so cool with Roth, the town, the village, like the whole experience is the package you're getting. It's not just a full distance race. My goal is to win the race, and I think in the process of winning the race, I think the guy who will cross the finish line first will be around the 7:21 mark, and with that we're talking about seconds from the world record. So then finally made it to Roth, and yeah, 3 days out from the race. A little bit of busy day, doing the press conference, a little bit of media stuff, and we'll try to get some soft training in later this evening. But yeah, it's quite special to be finally in Roth and also having a look at the finish line area and everything, what it's all about. So this is the stadium.
This is the stadium.
The finish line.
And running in and then doing a loop, and the finish arch will be presented in a few minutes after the press conference.
Hello guys. Thank you.
See you at the press conference in a few minutes.
Thank you so much for coming.
It's good.
Awesome. Yeah, it's brilliant.
You have a good trip?
Yeah. Well, and it's pretty cool to finally be here, you know, like see what it's all about. And
Mama?
yeah, Christian.
That's my mom.
How are you? Yeah, good. Like excited for the weekend. Like it is one of the, if not the most famous race we have in Europe. Like it's the biggest festival we have in the sport, and I've seen the footage, the pictures, and heard so much about it from all the, not just the age groupers, but also the professionals who've been racing here. And it has definitely been a bucket race list for many years. And finally, I found like time in the schedule to give it a try. And already, like after having been here for like 1 day, I can definitely get the feeling of why it is such a unique event, how the whole town and village is supporting it, and I'm just super excited to get ready for Sunday. There's so many great legends of the sport that's been winning here in the past, and I also want to put my name on that list, so it will be mean a lot. One thing that gets me sort of those bubbles in the stomach and is to see the venue, like the swim start, the transition zones, and especially the finish line, and see how like the stadium is being built up, and just like closing the eyes and imagining that I'm the first to cross that finish line area. And yeah, it's almost like being the first guy out in the morning when it's been snowing and you're like the first one to make the footstep, and that's the feeling I want to have on Sunday.
Can you sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ich liebe dich.
Oh,
So the most important. I got that on camera.
he's a player, isn't he? She wants to have a picture. How old are you?
Christian Blumfeld. You got some things you said, things you've done. Unfortunately for Christian Blumenfeld, I will be back to defend my title, to break the record, and most importantly to break Christian Blumenfeld and all the other, emphasis, amazing pros that are on the start list.
If you shit talk someone in boxing, they maybe forget their technique, but if you frustrate Christian, he's only going to pedal harder. So I don't want to frustrate him too much, but equally I really want to beat him. Yeah.
Everybody's talking about how data-driven the Norwegians are. How much is it data in a race, and how much is it feel?
Yeah, especially racing against guys like sitting up here, like with the data you have sort of a window of what sort of numbers that I guess or think I can hold. Just saying that this was like how most of the session was going.
I haven't slept since. Worst case, I let Christian beat me now and then I win in Kona. Best case, I win this weekend.
Sounds good. Genießt es und an alle, die racen, ein wunderschönes Rennen. Dankeschön.
We're waiting for you.
Kommt gerne alle rein ins Stadion.
Nochmal verpackt an die Date, selbstverständlich.
3, 2, 1.
It's quite special to be in Roth for the first time.
It's cool, no? So, does anybody have some questions for Christian?
For a full distance, have you raced a full distance before? Way too long ago. Okay, then what do we normally say? It's not as hard as they say it is, so don't hold back. Just go full gas from the beginning, and too many is feeling that the second half of the run is too easy. So just go push early. Almost like every time you slow down to grab a bottle, think that these few seconds that you're losing there will give you minutes back on the last hour of the race. So always when you are sort of wasting a few seconds here and there in the beginning, that will lead into minutes gain in the end of the race.
All right, it's signing time.
Perfect, thank you. Just need to sort out my nutrition for race day. And you know, been traveling for 4 or 5 weeks already, so I need some more refill of the Morton drink mix. Now I would swim for like an hour, 4K. First full day here in Roth. So this morning I went for like a 9K easy run. Before it was like 3 hours in and around the expo. Pretty nice 50-meter outdoor pool they're having here, and not too busy. So just yeah, between 3 and 4K, where I will do a few 100s at a little bit fast pace and maybe some 50s, just to not get too much tapered, not get too lazy. A little bit of activation, and then I will go for a little ride in the evening, like 90 minutes or so on the bike. And that's my Thursday. The pace didn't come naturally easy. So I felt like I was forcing it through a little bit. But 4K done. I'm not high on caffeine yet either, so I hope that lots of caffeine race day morning will make me feel better too.
How important is caffeine?
From 1 to 10 in terms of performance, 10 in terms of life happiness, 10. Well, I think it's important. Just needed to tighten some bolts here. As the base part came loose yesterday. Like 90 minutes. I will go backwards in the course, I guess. Like riding over to the swim start and then follow the course backwards, and then after like 45 minutes I will turn around and then ride back home. So just to make it simple, and I put in the map on the computer, so it's quite easy to just follow along. And we're ready. Important to not get sunburned, because the skin, I've heard, is the body's biggest organ, is that what we say? And we don't want it to be injured now. Let's go! Just need a little bit of air in my tires. Morning.
Morning.
Ready for checking out the swim course. Morning.
Morning, boss. Are you good?
Yep.
Perfect.
Then we're ready. Checking out the swim course. Heard it's now 25 degrees, so it's dropping. So somehow with the channels further up in the lake, Felix and the team is able to cool it down for most of the age groupers, or for all of the age groupers, but to get it closer to below 24. So it will probably be wetsuit for them, but for the pros, I think it's still swim skin. So test out the swim skin today. Not too dark, not too bright. So that's also like a little advice for the people out there. If you're racing, no matter where you are in the world in the morning, try to wake up just before your race time is supposed to go, so you can see like how dark it is, or if the sun already have start to rise.
All the fancy crap.
Morning. How was the sushi?
Yeah, it was good. It's a good place, isn't it?
Guys.
Unfortunately, like it wasn't really cold out there now.
Yeah.
And cheap doing it first, or is it the easier?
Nice water, perfect temperature, 25.5 degrees according to my watch. And it was quite nice to see because it's like marked up on the side of the channel, like how far I'm getting in. And you know, sometimes when you're swimming 3.8k, you can get a little bit like start questioning, is that 1k or 2k? You know, like because you don't have any. Of course, you have the boys, but like sometimes you just question like how far into the swim you are. So that was nice to see that they are marking it up quite easy to watch, and a little bit of current in the river or channel. So I guess it will be important to be, or a little bit important to go close into the edge on the way up again. But I think the first 1k, as it's a little bit downstream current, it's hopefully makes it easier to stay in a pack.
Yes!
Good luck to all of you around afterwards for Ben. Thank you.
His biggest... Thank you.
Christian Blumenfeld and everybody. So bear with me just a second. The man is just finishing his autographs out there. And that's the greatest thing for everybody to know. When we're done here, we're going to walk on over to the Surpass booth, and Christian's got a hell of a time that he brought with him to sign autographs over there. Alright, and with that, here he comes already. Great to have you here. Christian, thanks so much for taking the time. It's busy days here. But we want to hear from you first. This is your very first ever Roth.
I would say I heard a lot of good things about it, so it's more like we're just waiting to feel it, you know, like seeing the signs coming into the village, like the home of triathlon, and it's not like every place we go where we really feel like welcomed, and here we definitely feel like triathlon is such a big part of the village, the road, the town, and it's very nice to feel welcomed.
But since we have mentioned Sam Laidlow, let's quickly talk about who's winning the mind games.
Is there a mind game competition? I didn't notice.
Well, at least there's the try, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to punch a little bit, but as long as he's punching upwards, I think it's okay. I try to not take him down there, you know.
No, you're just being too nice. Until race day, then it's time to take the boys down. There is no doubt. Getting to know Christian a little more, and that's why I want to ask you, after all the years together, who is Christian as a person?
Christian as a person, that's a good one. He hasn't changed, so that's the best. He's grounded.
And time to head over to the Surpass booth.
I met your mother this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a whole family affair here.
Yep.
Nice.
She is racing, my sister.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that is awesome.
This one? Yep. Thank you. About like the calmness, like you have the whole mountain for yourself. All the best for you. Thank you. I hope you see it. 2 days out from the race. Started off this morning riding up to the swim course, did 3k in the river before I sort of completed one loop and then back again to T2. So I did like 105k on the bike to see the whole loop. A little bit of rolling hills. Nothing, I would say that there's like no big change in the course. Like it's very much the same, like rolling, a bit uphill, downhill. The only spicy part is, I think it's on the very back end of the course. It's like a 2K climb, and then you have solar hills. But it's like, other than that, it's like rolling. Now, it's I went straight back to the room, had a little bit of bread, and heading out for a little run now.
I got 1 day. One day, but I got 1 day.
I know. Keep going. See where
When's the last time someone touched you like this? 6 months?
The legend Christian Blumenfeld. And last year's champion, the defending champion, Sam Recon. I love it how nobody brought a microphone. Christian, Kasper had a really good race in Frankfurt, so did Gustav, but just looking back at the training, who was actually the best Norwegian?
We will see on Sunday, I guess.
Yeah, but looking at the numbers in training,
Gustav has never been that close the whole year, to put it like that. Like he was very strong the last 2 weeks, but I will say that especially on the run, I sort of had him covered. So I feel confident on my run. So I just hope that I will be in a good position coming into T2.
What would be a good position in T2?
First, I think. No gap is better than
sounds reasonable.
Gap. Something like gel. You have a bigger one. You have a bigger one than this. Thank you. Excellent. Brilliant. Have a good day tomorrow then. Before race day, it's important to not do too much, but do enough. To eat a lot, but not too much. So everything with moderation, and yeah, not stress out too much, and not get stung by a bee. Yeah, so normally it's like short swim, short bike, short run. So yeah, just to keep the legs moving. Morning.
Morning.
Good. 40 minutes left. So.
How do you feel?
Average. But yeah, let's see.
You feel nervous?
Feel ready. Feel like it's gonna be a long day. It's like no matter if you're having a good day or bad day, it's gonna be a long one. So just trying to get ready.
Faster and impressionate, so I kind of know how you guys feel. Right?
So pre-race, I did expect the trio of Sam, Ledlo, Rico Bogen and Jonas Schobberg to work together. Like I guess there was no secret that they wanted to show off some bike strength, and they're all 3 good swimmers as well. Yeah, I think they were sort of agreed that they would work together, and I just had to make sure that I was in that swim group, and today I just failed on that. And maybe it would have been a little bit easier if the group, or like, it was like more dense field, because then it would be more athletes sort of in and around that first pack, and that could maybe have been a difference from my side of it, like in order to make it to that first pack. Was under pressure all the way from the first 300-400 meters on the swim. Made it on the wrong side of the split, or like I was coming over, and then I think the group split up in the end, and I was there with Fredrik Funk, and there was like 5 other guys up front, and it was sort of swimming by myself for the last 3K of the swim, and just lost like another 3 minutes there on that section. I think I came out of the water in 6th position, but it was like 3.5 minutes down, and it's more like about pacing it well, like being ready for if the guys from behind is catching on. Starting the bike with a gap down to Magnus Ditlev, so that was sort of comfy to have like a minute soft landing for the first part of the bike, and was riding well with Fred until Magnus came up. He was not going too aggressively in the beginning, but then he was just hammering it up that main climb that was like 2K long, and yeah, we dropped into that point. I think we lost already like 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes, or close to 2 minutes for the first 40K. And then when Magnus then put in the hammer after like 30K until around 80K, so 50K of hard riding, then I think we were managing to get the gap down again to like 4.5 minutes. But then I think he was a little bit frustrated that he wasn't able to drop me, and then I was a little bit cooked from the surges, and was going to the front again to pull us around. But at the same time I was sort of thinking that the further into the bike I get, the less damage he can do on me if he's putting in hammer again. And as well, I wanted to also save a little bit in case he was like flying by. I think for everyone who's racing Roth, the Solar Hill is the most iconic place in the race. Like it's probably like a K long climb, and you basically have to ride one line because the crowds are really like coming in, and on the first lap it was easy to sort of be sprinting up that hill, but on the second lap, because of the age groupers out on their first lap, and then it gets sort of a little bit crowded, and it was a little bit frustrated to not be able to ride hard up that hill. But I was also thinking that for all the professionals who was on their second lap, it's sort of most likely being like even, like we will sort of have to ride sort of slower pace up in order to be a part of the age group pace. So I didn't stress out too much, but it's still like you feel it's a little bit like wrong when it's lower numbers than I would have preferred to. But yeah, just bleeding off too much time on that final 90k, and it went from like 4.5, 5 minutes and up to suddenly 12 minutes, 12:40 I think it was in the end, and yeah, that was just too much to let Sam Laidlaw get away with. Onto the run. Still thought that it could be possible to catch them. Like obviously it depends how hard they had to work for that gap, and I realized that Jonas Schomburg was dropped from them, so he was like about 5 minutes in front of us, and then we had Rico and Sam like 12 minutes up front. And for the first 10k, I didn't even bridge up anything, I think, to Sam and Rico. So then I started thinking, okay, if this race dynamic doesn't slip around soon, it's going to be hard to run for the win. But hopefully, some of them, Jonas and maybe Rico, like would fade off, and I can still be in the fight for a podium. And I think after like 18, 19k, Rico started suffering a little bit, and he gave Sam a gap. And then the hunt was on, but yeah, Sam was running really well until the last maybe 7 or 8k, and then it was just too late to bridge up enough. So came into the finish line like 5.5 minutes behind him. Second place.
This is Christian Blumenfeld!
Wahnsinn, was für eine tolle Zeit, was für ein tolles Rennen. Unter 2:30 ist er den Marathon mal eben gelaufen.
It's never fun to be beaten by Sam Laidlaw. So even though he had a super impressive day, great experience in Roth, like it does make sense why it's like a bucket race list, not just for age groupers but for the professionals as well. Like I think there's no place else in the world where we can get this triathlon experience, and yeah, a really cool experience.
From Norway, second place, Christian Blumenfeld.
I feel like podium is okay. I would have preferred to have won the race. I would have preferred to take down Sam Laidlow, but it was like a lot of. It was a great match, and I did enjoy the battle. And on to the next one, I like to think.
The whole, yeah? Yeah. Well done.
It does make sense that athletes like Patrick Lange is coming back again to Roth every single year, simply because of the experience and the atmosphere in it. And I would, of course, come back again to Roth in the future.
From Norway, Christian Blumenfeld! Everybody scream!
As I said in the previous video, will the world record be broken in Roth? The answer was yes, but unfortunately not by me.